Welcome back to another episode of Stuff on Tech. And in this episode, we're going to be unboxing the Ender 3 3D printer. So with that, let's go. So before we start actually unboxing this 3D printer, the reason I bought this 3D printer is a lot of people are coming to me and asking about the Ender 3 3D printer, specifically on the different parts and the troubleshooting that they have. Now, I've dealt with a lot of FDM 3D printers, and I know how to fix a lot of them, and for the most part, 3D printers kind of have the same issues, but there's some things I couldn't answer and kind of bugged me. So I wanted to get Ender 3, first of all, to see how it works, how great it really is, and how from an unbox setup and to print, how it's actually going to work. And so I can help those who may have questions on tech support that I can actually give them the right answers and maybe even tell them how to fix it and even get in parts. So let's just get right into it. You want to be careful anytime you open a box, of course, because you don't know how the company actually packages it. So let's see what we have here. All right, so we got some foam. It's always a good sign to have something there, and that didn't sound too good, but hopefully that wasn't anything. So I have the manual. So what do I do with the manual? We don't need it, right? No, I'm kidding. We're probably going to need it. So it looks like we have the heat plate right here. Actually, I should probably go ahead and grab the manual before I start pulling things apart, before I destroy something. But if I see something that's kind of loose, like, oh yeah, this is the PCB board. The board with, let's see, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I'll just put it out of the way right here. And looks like everything in here is tucked pretty good. We have some aluminum extrusions. Let's see, before I just start jerking, if I'm gonna destroy anything. I really kind of just want to get into this thing and really test it out, so bear with me. But that came apart pretty good. Give me 1 minute, I'll set this behind me and grab the parts as we need them. So it looks like we have hot end pieces. Oh, they gave some supplies here. Looks like a putty knife, and I know that's for scraping the prints off. And this is pretty cool. They actually give you some tools. Looks like some metric Allen wrenches and small screwdriver. And some specialty wrenches, so that's really cool. Looks like we have one on the axis. It looks like the x-axis, I'm just gonna guess. This is some more aluminum extrusions. And we have, I have no idea, oh, filament holder, I assume. Power cord. And this is a NEMA motor, and with the bearing, I'm assuming this is the Z. Don't know. And this is just, whoop, one more piece. And another metal piece. So the rest in here is just some foam. I'm going to put this other foam back in here and set this to the side over here out of the way. So let's get back to the other piece that we had. All right, so this looks like it's somewhat sub-assembled here, which is kind of cool. Saves some steps for some people. And as I speak about this 3D printer, I used to manufacture 3D printers, and I've actually had 4 designs out there. 2 I've collaborated with people on. 1 was completely my idea, and 1 was kind of like a hybrid between a bunch of people. So I have experience in building 3D printers. So we're going to see how this goes compared to what I'm used to. And that's the power supply. So let's see. This just looks like some packaging. Before I go rip anything up, some binder clips that were kind of loose in here. That's okay. I have an idea what the binder clips are for. Normally they're for the bed, but I'm not quite sure about that. It's just an assumption. And I like this plate here. So let's see. Oh man, I probably should go ahead and grab that manual, but you know what, I don't need this packaging. I don't have a razor knife, but I tell you what, I'm just gonna rip this packaging apart because I really don't care about it. So, oh, that's cool. So here's the main body, I would say. Now this looks like the y-axis. Let me go ahead and put this down. So this being the y-axis, and it looks like the extruder. And these other parts that looks like the X motor and Z, I'm gonna assume. Make sure there's nothing else in there. Okay, nope. All right, so let's get some of these things out of the way here. So that should be everything so far, except for the manual that I threw. So let's grab this, because it's probably not a good idea just to toss the manual. Even, I don't want to be too prideful here, even though I know some things about 3D printers. Every product. Every 3D printer is different. And these guys, from what I understand, are really good. I'm going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt. And approach this from a completely unbiased point, like I don't have any experience with 3D printers. So we'll see. So here's the instructions. Let me get that off that plate because that's probably not a good idea. So this guide is for the Ender 3 3D printer. Select the correct voltage. And this is set to 230. I am in the US and I need to switch this to 115. That would not have been good. So check that first thing. In each step, what I like about this manual is it's actually giving you the part list and putting a number back to the part to where it correlates to the image. A lot of companies don't do this. They just kind of give you halfway done stuff, and that really doesn't work out. Kind of guess and maybe look at the parts. And if people don't know anything about not just 3D printers, but mechanical things, putting together a bookshelf or stuff like that, you know, it can really get lost. So I really like this so far, what I'm seeing.